Most of us have days where we feel like we are entirely faking it. You walk into a room, put on a brave face, and hope nobody notices the quiet anxiety humming under the surface. But while you might feel like an imposter on the inside, the people around you could be looking at someone who appears incredibly self-assured. That disconnect happens because our culture often rewards the wrong signals. We think confidence means being the loudest person in the room, the one dominating the conversation, aggressively gesturing and demanding the spotlight. Because of this loud, aggressive standard, naturally quiet people often assume they lack self-esteem. If you aren't fighting for attention, you might believe you are falling behind. But clinical psychology points in a different direction. True self-esteem is rarely loud. It operates in your subconscious, showing up as quiet, everyday habits that you likely perform without a second thought. You are likely projecting powerful, invisible markers of self-assurance right now. To see how, we are going to map exactly how this quiet power works, starting from the deepest part of your mind and working our way out to your role in society. The map begins in the most isolated place possible, your own head. Psychological security is measured by how you operate when absolutely no one else is watching. Take the habit of going for long walks completely by yourself. Confident individuals often seek out this isolation to activate specific neural pathways. As nodes for social processing dim down, pathways for creative problem-solving illuminate. This comfort in solitude reveals emotional self-regulation, the foundational skill for delayed gratification. This diagram shows the result. A secure mind tolerates short-term discomfort for a sustained upward curve of long-term achievement. You aren't avoiding people. You are providing your mind the space it needs to wander and solve problems. This internal security allows you to focus on building real value in the dark, long before anyone else gets to see it. Once you establish that internal baseline, it changes how your brain processes external social data, especially when you start interacting with other people one-on-one. In conversations, you likely find yourself listening more than you speak. Highly secure people often find small talk training because they don't feel a desperate need to fill the air just to prove they belong in the room. This quietness is often driven by cognitive complexity. Your brain is busy examining multiple angles and gathering details that others miss, a process that is frequently misidentified as shyness. In this model, incoming information hits the brain, immediately fracturing into an interconnected web of analytical pathways. This processing power handles conflict effectively. As an aggressive data point enters the web, the brain smoothly routes it through the analytical pathways, leaving the central core unshaken. Because your ego is not fragile, your brain evaluates an opposing view based on logic rather than emotion. You separate the disagreement from disrespect, demonstrating a high level of intellectual security. That internal stability inevitably spills over into how you occupy physical space and navigate the modern attention economy. It starts with your subconscious physical cues. When interacting with others, your arms naturally drop away from your chest, and your posture opens up, exposing your torso. Your body is rejecting primal defense mechanisms, signaling a state of physical calm and a willingness to be vulnerable. That lack of defensiveness extends into your digital life. If you rarely post selfies or broadcast your daily updates on social media, you are displaying another sign of hidden strength. Psychologists call this self-concept clarity. You know who you are without needing a crowd to verify it. Look at this scale. The left side is bombarded by external inputs like comments and validation. It doesn't tip, anchored by a heavy, immovable core of internal validation. As a timeline marker sweeps across this stable internal core, representing your birthday doesn't require a flood of public recognition to feel significant. Stepping away from the societal spotlight functions as a demonstration of self-validation. It signals that your identity is grounded in your own perspective, rather than the shifting attention of a crowd. When you track this progression, from the isolated mind out to society, a clear pattern emerges. Staying quiet and maintaining a private life are markers of significant psychological power. True confidence means your existence does not require a public announcement to matter. You know exactly what you bring to the table, which means you do not need to be seen to feel seen. Which of these 7 subconscious habits do you relate to the most? Do you treat your birthday like a normal day, or do you find yourself processing disagreements logically? Drop a comment below and let us know. And if this helped you recognize your own hidden strengths, like the video and subscribe to The Explainer for more insights into the human mind.